Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. Mods for Friday the 1st of May. We have two mods, but one of them is a mod pack, so we've got kind of multiple mods within that, so to speak. We have a bonus and we have a DLC, question mark. Directly in front of us we have got the Modern Classics pack. This is by Mattxjs. Now it does say in the Modhub Modern Classics DLC, and I believe this was a DLC on PC a while ago. Not sure when, but I think it was. But that's what it says on the Modhub anyway. DLC. Now this comes with 4 vehicles, 3 pieces of machinery, so not too bad at all. What I really like about this is each of these vehicles sounds so distinctively different. Now I'm going to put this out there now. The options on these are fairly limited. There's not a lot of options with regard to opening doors, windows, that kind of thing, even tyre options. I think pretty much all of them, the tyre options are the same, but we'll have a look at those in a second. We have the Jcb 52567 telehandler teleloader. We've got the Massey Ferguson 390T. We've got the Jcb Fast-Track 150. I love this. I saw one of these at the Cockermouth show recently. Say recently, back in the summer, last summer. Wow. And then we've got the Case Maxim 5150. That has got a few options on body styling and things like that. Very nice indeed. We've also got some stuff over there which we'll have a look at in a minute. So let's go straight into this, the Jcb telehandler, the 52567. This will use up 9 slots. Lovely detail. It's a small machine. Trailer hitch does work. I hooked up to a trailer to bring something down. Actually, the trailer over there, I brought that trailer down with it. I think it will work with pin hitch trailers, but it won't necessarily work with ball hitch, I think, judging by the fact that is a pin hitch. But you'll find this in the Modhub under vehicles, under telehandlers. What's also great about it, 44,780, 141 horsepower. You look at some of the modern ones, 122 horsepower, 143 horsepower, 136 horsepower. Obviously they put down their power differently, and there's a lot of more modern technology and stuff that goes into those, but 141 horsepower for 44,780. That's brilliant. I don't think it's got as wide a wheel track. So is it a stabler unit? Not necessarily. And is the boom length as long? No. But it's cool. So options we've got for tyres, we've got Trelleborg, or we've got Nokian. That's it. There's no options on wides or narrows or anything like that. Those are the options on the Jcb 52567. Let's jump in it. Like I say, it's a real, I don't know, I love it. I can see this getting used a lot. See what I mean about options? There's not a huge amount of options on it. Beacon, lights, rear, full, horn. People always ask. I went for this one with communal. I love that, the JCB on the steering wheel. And I have to say, the view out of here is fantastic. Making operation actually pretty good. That does look pretty sweet. I mean, boom length isn't terrible, let's be honest. I like it. So that's the first piece of equipment. I'm going to need that in a minute. I'll put it over there, because I'm going to use that for the second thing, or the next mod anyway. That's the first one. Next up, we're going to look at the Massey Ferguson 390T. Now, I'm pretty sure we had on FS17 and modded one of these by, I want to say Peter J. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm doing the modder a disservice and I apologise, but I loved that mod. This is one of my favourite Massey Fergusons. I like most tractor brands anyway, but I think my favourite tractor is a 390. I don't know what it is, the shape, the size, the dimensions, everything for me just works. This will use 11 slots, and again the detail on it is lovely, really nice. But what I love more than anything else with this is the sound of it. Just listen. That is so good. Front lights, rear lights, main work beam headlight things, beacon, very nice, horn, excellent. This is another one I think I'm going to find myself using quite a lot. In cab, as you would expect, these are fairly old vehicles now. There's not a lot going on inside these, but the detail is lovely. Visibility was the word I was looking for when I was in the JCB. It's got very good view all round. Visibility. How cool. If I haven't already said, because I can't remember, I'm recording this at just after 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm running on coffee and regret at the moment. I cannot seem to sleep. Anyway, not that that's relevant. This will use 11 slots. You'll find this under small tractors. 390T, 45,250 to buy. 95 horsepower is what it says on there. And that's what you get, because the same with this, you don't get a huge amount of options. We've got the option of Trelleborg, and with the Trelleborgs we've got the most tyre options, because if we go over we've got knock-ins, and that's the two options, Trelleborg and knock-ins. And like I said, I think that's pretty much the same on all the vehicles in this pack. But we do have the option of standards, wides, which aren't much wider but they are a bit wider, narrows, rear twins, twins all round, back to standard. And we've got the option of a front loader attacher, yes or no, and those are your options. If I change, let's put that on twin wheels, Trelleborgs, twins, front loader attacher, 52,750. It's not going to be a big horsepower tractor, it just isn't, that's not what it is, but there we go, lovely bit of kit, lovely machine, I really do like that. That's the 390T. Moving on, we've got the Jcb Fast-Track 150 Turbo. This will use 9 slot. No, it won't. That's the Jcb 525. Sorry, look at my list. 11 slots. This is 11 as well. I mean, they're not high slot counts, which is lovely. It's nice to get tractor mods out with low slot counts. I do like that. Again, detailing is great. As far as I'm aware, these were the first evolution of the fast tracks, weren't they? I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure they were. It was a kind of new design at the time and fairly rapid, lovely looking tractor. Well, if you like that, I mean, you might not like that type of tractor, but I do. Right, I think this is under mediums. There we go, the Fast Track 150, 65,230. Not too expensive to buy. Horsepower, let's have a look. 159 horsepower, standard. Again, we've got the option of Trelleborg, knock-ins. That's it. Under Trelleborg, we can have standard, wides, and the wides are wide, much wider on this, as you can see. Twins, narrows. I do like the narrow option on that. That's not bad at all for a higher horsepower vehicle. That's cool. Say higher horsepower. I mean, it is a bit higher, but not obviously not up in the 500 horsepower sort of thing. And then we've got the option of the Fast Track 40 kilometers per hour, the Fast Track 55 kilometers per hour, the 65 kilometers per hour, or the 75 kilometers an hour. Now, what's weird about that is every time I've changed that up, the horsepower up the top hasn't changed. That still says 159 horsepower. But when I come out of here, on the Modhub bit outside, it says 168. So that's a bit of an odd one. Now if I go to garage now, the one I've got leased says 159. So yeah, don't know on that, it didn't change. But anyway, this says it's a 75 km/h one. Again, completely different engine sound. And it's nice that within one pack the modder hasn't just gone bang, let's just chuck an engine sound at it. You know, that's great. Horn, front lights, rear lights, mains. I do like those ones that kind of come all around the side as well. Lots of visibility. Pucker, bit of kit this, pucker. If I open up my help window, I'm using my side panel, just to show you on all of these there are no options for doors, windows, anything like that. It's just the standard controls. Turn that off. Inside, again, nice detailing because it's kind of how it should be. It's fairly sparse, but there's nothing wrong with that. Very nice, these. They make a really nice addition, and I think, you know, at the end of the day, a tractor's a tractor, and I know a lot of people have been moaning lately saying the mods are all the same, we're just getting the same stuff all the time, and we do get a lot of repetitive stuff. Don't get me wrong, we do. But if you kind of look at it with that frame of mind, then the base game should be enough, shouldn't it? Because surely once you've got one of everything, when you've got one tractor, when you've got a cultivator, a plough, a seeder, then you don't need anything else, because every other version of that, whichever company, whichever make, is still just a seeder, or still just a tractor, or still just a plough or cultivator. To get a completely new piece of machinery, something completely new has to be made. So unfortunately you're in that situation where, I don't know, I think any new thing that comes out, I mean obviously reskins, that sometimes is a little bit more okay, and obviously there's the whole cultivator situation which we don't talk about. I know I make light of it, but the 3 metre cultivator situation, but I think these are great. But you know, something new, something from a different time period, you know, all those kind of things, I think it just adds to the game. I love it, you know. I love them, they're really nice. Which brings us on to the last of the vehicles of this Modern Classics pack, and that's this. This is the case of Maxim 5150. There are a few more options on, I say body styling, but actually decals really more than body styling itself. We'll have a look at this in store. This is also under medium tractors. Now we do have the modded K7200 series. There's not a huge amount of difference in these. When you look at styling initially, slot count I would say is a massive one. The 7200 series goes up to a higher horsepower, so it's a slightly different animal. It's no different to now with the Maxims, the Pumas, the, you know, it's the different sizes within the range, so to speak. 55,840 for the base model. Now, where that says main colour, if we look carefully, look at the exhaust stack. It changes the exhaust stack from black to a kind of, let's say chromed, kind of a silver. That's what the main colour is. When it says main colour, it's the exhaust colour that changes on that. Then we come down, we've got model standard. We can have black silver. We can have the 50,000 edition red, so 50,000 vehicles. We can have the 50,000 black, which I really like. We can have the Pro and the Pro Black. I always think that Pro logo is very 1980s, very Miami Vice. I don't know why, just it always makes me think that. And then back to standard. Wheel and tyre options, we've got Trelleborg or knock-ins. Knock-ins are communal, and the Trelleborg we've got standard. We've got wides, narrows, rear twins, twins, back to standard again. We do have the option on this one of front weight or front hydraulic, which is a nice addition. So there are more options on the Maxim than the others, I think. And then we've got the option of front loader attacher, yes or no, which puts this as a 132 horsepower tractor with a few changes for about 60 grand. That's nice, I like that. Again, completely different engine sound. Front lights, rear, main, beacon. Again, I love those square work lights on the back and the front. I mean, that's nice. Completely different engine sound at driving as well. In cab, nice little digital display there, look at that. These are cool, it's a cool pack. Mattxjs has done a cracking job. Anyway, moving on from the vehicles, we have got then within this pack 3 pieces of equipment. We have got the Knowland EG85 Plow. This is a 4-furrow plough. This will also rotate, so you can change it for going up and down the fields one way, get to the end, flip it over for coming back the other way. We have got the Lizard, which one's this? The Lizard TA18. This is a 30,000 litre trailer. There are a couple of options on that we'll have a look at in a second. And then we've got this. This is the Lemkin I want to say Smaragd 80-260. Let's just say the Lemkin 80-260. This is a 2.6 metre. Yeah, Smaragd. It doesn't quite hit the 3 metre threshold. Sorry guys, I know that's what you wait for on mod reviews. You know, you're desperate for those 3 metre ones, but this is only a 2.6. I'm sorry, but there we go. That's the Lemkin 80-260 cultivator. That cultivates, that ploughs, and that's a trailer. I will show you the options on those. I'm not being facetious, but we'll have a look at those all kind of one after the other. It makes more sense doing that. So the plough itself is just there, the EG85, 8,450 to buy. That will use 8 slots, which isn't too bad at all. There are no options available. You get what you get. It's a 2 metre width. Nicely detailed as well. We'll have a look at it in a little bit more detail in a second. And the animations are very nice on it. The Smaragd, I think, was under disc. Was it disc arrows? Cultivators. Yep. 4,350 for a 2.6 metre, requires 90 horsepower to pull. That will use 4 slots. And then under trailers, we've got the Lizard TA18. It takes everything it says along the bottom there, including straw and hay pellets. Options available on this, we do have a few. We can change the main colour, which is the main body, like so. We can change the rim colour to, I don't know, anything you want. Then we can change, this is annoying me now. This keeps happening. No. Oh, come on. The curse of the menus. And we can change the design colour, so that's come back out. It wouldn't let me go back up to the colours. We can change the design colour, which is the chassis, like so. So we can do the main colour, rim colour and chassis. Then we've got the option tyres. We've got Trelleborg again, but we do have Michelins on this. Michelins on wide. So we've got Lizards, Trelleborg, Michelins. Under the Trelleborg we've got a few options. We've got standards or wides. So 3 companies, couple of extra choices in there with regard to the actual trailer itself. Let's have a quick look then. We'll grab this. nicely detailed. Beaker on the back, trailer hitch so you can daisy chain. That's nice. Unfortunately, depends how you feel about this, swivel axle at the front. Not my favourite cup of tea. The plough itself, again, like I said, really nicely detailed. There's not a lot, to be fair, not a lot to look at on the cultivator at the end of the day. You know, got the basket on the back which moves, but other than that, the detailing is still nice. The thing with the Lemkin stuff is it's all blue, so there's not, you don't get those colour changes. It's difficult to kind of look at and go, you know, you can really tell the different textures there. It's kind of a very one coat on everything type thing. But anyway, as far as the trailer goes, cover open, cover closed. Let's do cover open. Tip side right, tip side left. I love the way those side panels open up. Very nice indeed. Let's go back down. Tip side rear. And tip side grain door. Those are your options on the trailer, or options, those are the animations on the trailer. The cultivator I'm not going to show you, it's a cultivator, it cultivates at 2.6 metres. As far as the plough goes, that's the position you get it in. We can then unfold plough, which does that. Lowering of the plough is like so. Raising of the plough, L1 and square, rotates the plough. And then back down again, if you were coming back the other way. Or it depends which way you start, of course. Those are your animations on the plough. Will it let me fold it? No, you need to rotate it back before it will allow you to fold it back again. I thought it would be, it's normally the case with the rotating ploughs. So fold it like that, ready for transport. There we go. That's the Modern Classics pack. Very nice indeed by Mattxjs. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this to come out. But yeah, very nice indeed. Cracking job. Like all of those, and I love the engine sounds. I think just absolutely brilliant. So, moving on from there, we have got this. This is a bonus. This is the add-on straw harvest bonus pellet heat plant. Now, when the mod came out, the straw harvest add-on straw harvest by Creative Mesh, when you did the pallets, they have the I said QRF code. QRF is quick reaction force. The you know, the little square codes here on the side. Now that code, if you scanned it, actually gave you access to a bonus on PC. They've actually bought that bonus out on console for us. So, well, I've been a bit good console on console for us. So this is a heat plant. This will take straw pellets and it will also take wood chip. This is the bonus. Now with this you're going to get a bonus from me, because I'm going to do a quick test on this as well with regard to the pellets and their uses, so to speak. What I'm going to do in a second is cut to a pre-run sequence whereby I've got 4,000 litre trailers to try and keep this all kind of the same. What I did was put 4,000 litres of straw pellets in through here to produce pallets. So I've got whatever pallets I got from 4,000 litres. I've got 4,000 litres of straw pellets in one trailer, 4,000 litres of wood chips in another trailer, and I've got the pallets over here, and then 4,000 litres of straw pellets here, because we've got different selling options with regard to these pellets. And adding in this heat plant as well, now the question, I know people will ask the question, okay, that's fine, which is most worthwhile, you know, why would we do it, why would we use it, kind of thing. So I thought I'd just throw that in there as well. This in itself, nice mod. I mean, in essence, this is the bit you're looking at. That's the bit that does the work. The rest of it is bells and whistles, but this is the building. The doors don't open, but what is nice, I like this, is a nice touch. There's a window around the back here and you can see the stuff inside. It's cool, just a little room with them piled up. It's a small thing, but it's on there, I like it. Now this is a direct selling thing, so when you tip into this, we do have a heat plant, a modded heat plant, I can't remember who it's by now, which takes just wood chips, and this the difference between this takes straw pellets. It doesn't take hay pellets, it takes straw pellets. This you will find under placeables, under miscellaneous, I think it was. So next to the actual sell point that comes with the add-on straw harvest pack, we've now got the pellets heat plant, 42 grand to buy, and it was 5 slots, so not too heavy on the slot count at all, actually, rather nice. Placing was pretty straightforward, the footprint's not too massive, and it says down the bottom there, straw pellets or wood chips. So, I'm going to cut to that sequence now. Okay, so as you can see, all fair, all above board. Now, with those 4,000 litres of straw pellets that went in through there, I got 2 full pallets, and I got this pallet here, which didn't quite have enough to complete. So technically my 4,000 litres gave me 2 3/4 pallets. So ignoring that for the moment, we'll look at the actual pallets themselves, which are over here. So our options for selling of these are, now we've got, if you palletize them, we've got the pallet sale point here, but this will also take loose. So we've got this sell point as an option, and we've now got the heat plant as well as an option for the straw pellets. There's 2 completely different ways of looking at this. There's one, bottom line, what money do I make? So if I sell 4,000 litres in that, if I sell 4,000 litres in that, either palletised or loose, which is going to make me the most money for 4,000 litres? Bottom line, what's it going to make me? Then there's the real world scenario thing, whereby if you start adding in the costs, in so much as, whilst you may get more money for palletised pellets, you've got the outlay of this entire building to make those pallets, and in the real world it's a product that you would get more money from because it's bagged up, it's palletized, it's easy to use, it's easy to handle, you know, all the things you get with a bagged product, you know. So you would make more money on the bagged product like that, but you do have all the overheads of all of this. So then realistically, if you were just selling your straw pellets loose, it's a quicker, easier way. You don't need that factory, you don't need the heat plant. If I sell them loose, I'm going to make some money. So factoring that in, my overheads are just the pellet maker, because then I can just sell them. Or you've then got the heat plant, which is much, much cheaper than this building, but will you make as much money as if you palletized them? So the kind of real world scenarios then become overheads for that, overheads for that. You might not make as much money through this, but it's not going to cost you as much, and you don't have to do as much with it. You just basically make your pellets, tip them in there, and away you go. Or if you're prepared to take the time, and if you decide, you know what, money's no option, I'm going to put some money in, I'll get a government subsidy, whatever it might be, then palletizing is probably the best way to go. But like I say, once you start factoring all the other peripherals in, it all gets a little bit more complicated. So let's just see then, shall we? What are we going to get with the heat plant? Now, interestingly, if we look into the menu as well, if we go across here to the prices for sell point, that heat plant hasn't come up on here. I've got my Edge Grain Vault, which I placed. I've got the Pallet Sale point, which I've just placed, and I've got the Vehicle Shop Grains, which is on the map already. So I don't know what the price for wood chip or straw pellets is going to be through that. I'm assuming it's going to be a fixed price. So yeah, the actual biomass heating plant, I assume it doesn't vary. So bearing in mind, I've got 2 pallets here that have gone through that palletizer. They started off as 4,000 litres of straw pellets, and I do still have 3/4 of a pallet that hasn't been ready to go. If we take it into this sell point, we just made that's incredibly low. 2,632. Okay, that's lower than I thought it was going to be. That, sorry, that just surprised me a little bit. I think it's the hay pellets you make more, don't you? Now, Creative Mesh have said that they are looking at that sell point, because they have said also that palletized stuff should be worth more than loose stuff. So I think that's going to get an update at some point, so that those prices won't be identical. That will change. Right, okay. So that's that price. Now let's put loose in then. So avoiding all the hassle of a building and palletizing or whatever, if I just get my pellets and I just tip 4,000 litres loose in, what do I make? $2,632. Interesting. Okay, so the next option then is the new mod. I've got to make sure I get the right one. I think this is the pellets, isn't it? So I've got 4,000 litres of straw pellets in here. Let's back up to our heat plant. What do I get from my 4,000 litres there? $2,947. And then just to show that it does take wood chips as well, let's put our 4,000 litres of wood chips in. I'm anticipating these being lower in value, but yeah, 597. So whilst you can put wood chips in there, they're not worth as much. But then you've got the point about that being, and the point about all of this being, it's kind of about workload and effort put in, isn't it? I can get a chainsaw, cut down a tree, wood chip it, throw it in there. I've got the cost of the wood chipper, but I can buy a wood chipper a lot cheaper. Wood chips are far easier to come by, they're far more plentiful, you don't make as much money. The whole process of making pellets is in essence inherently expensive anyway, so you're going to make more money because you've made them into pellets. Now, as it stands at the moment, putting them through there actually worked out alright, didn't it? Not too bad at all, not too shabby. The one downside we've got at the moment is the fact that the pallet price needs to be changed. Because like I say, for the cost of this, the effort of making pallets, it was quicker and easier to just tip the loose in there, and it was far quicker and easier to put the loose into that. So I just thought, I know this is a mod review, and it's kind of, that is part and parcel of this. I am looking at this and reviewing it, but also comparing it to the other options available within this pack, the add-on straw harvest. So that's a nice mod. I like that. If you don't want to go to the trouble of having the palletizing hall and all the stuff that goes with that, you do want to make pellets, but you do want a way of selling them, bang, you can do it there. That is still way more expensive than buying just the pallet sale point, of course. So that is your cheaper option, but as a mod goes, that's really nice. I like that. The straw harvest bonus pellet heat plant. by Creative Mesh. And that's it. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.